On August 31, 2025, what began as a typical summer day in Fort Morgan, Colorado, quickly turned into a day marked by tragedy and heartbreak. The skies above the Fort Morgan Municipal Airport, usually filled with the peaceful buzz of small aircraft, became the scene of a devastating mid-air collision that would shake the entire community. Two small planes, a Cessna and an extra Flugzeugbau EA-300, were both on routine flights when, in a matter of seconds, their paths fatally crossed. The collision was sudden and violent, transforming what should have been an ordinary day of flying into a harrowing emergency that demanded immediate response from all available resources. The crash occurred just outside the airport during a critical phase of flight, a time when pilots are most focused and vulnerable. Sirens echoed across the fields as emergency vehicles rushed to the scene, and the tight-knit community was left in disbelief, struggling to process the unfolding disaster. Both aircraft were severely damaged and quickly caught fire upon impact. Flames and smoke rose from the wreckage as firefighters and first responders worked tirelessly to control the blaze and secure the area. Thankfully, despite the intensity of the crash, no injuries were reported on the ground. For the residents of Fort Morgan, who are used to the familiar hum of planes overhead, the sudden silence and chaos that followed was deeply unsettling. Families, friends, and neighbors gathered near the airport, united in shock and sorrow as they tried to make sense of the tragedy that had struck so close to home. This incident stands as a stark reminder that even on the clearest, calmest days, aviation carries risks that can never be fully eliminated. The tranquil airport, once a symbol of routine and safety, now serves as a somber backdrop to the community's grief. As investigators work to uncover the causes behind the collision, the people of Fort Morgan are left reflecting on the fragility of life, the unpredictability of fate, and the importance of coming together in times of loss. Preliminary reports indicate the Cessna was on its final approach to the runway, descending steadily as it prepared to land at the regional airport. The weather was clear, and visibility was good, making it a routine landing for the experienced pilot. At the same time, an extra EA-300, known for its agility and aerobatic capabilities, was operating in the vicinity. Suddenly, the two aircraft converged, and the extra EA-300 collided with the Cessna in midair. Eyewitnesses on the ground watched in shock as the planes clipped wings, causing a catastrophic loss of control for both aircraft. The collision happened so quickly that there was little time for either pilot to react. The damaged aircraft spiraled downward, plummeting to the ground and erupting in flames upon impact. Debris was scattered across a wide area, and emergency crews rushed to the scene. Investigators from the NTSB and local authorities are now focused on understanding exactly how the collision occurred, examining every detail to determine whether the pilots were aware of each other's presence in the airspace. Key questions include whether the pilots were scanning for traffic, if they saw each other in time, and what actions they took in those critical final moments. Investigators are also looking at whether any evasive maneuvers were attempted, and if so, why they were not successful in preventing the collision. The investigation will analyze radio communications between the pilots and air traffic control, as well as radar data, to determine if there were any warnings or instructions that could have helped avoid the accident. Wreckage from both planes is being meticulously examined to piece together the timeline and sequence of events leading up to the crash. Understanding the exact flight paths and the moments before impact is crucial, not only for this investigation, but also for improving safety and preventing similar tragedies in the future. The crash near Fort Morgan sent shockwaves through the local community, forever altering the lives of the 4 people aboard the 2 aircraft involved. In a matter of moments, what began as a routine flight turned into a life-changing tragedy, leaving behind a scene of devastation and heartbreak. Miraculously, the occupants of the Cessna managed to survive the impact, sustaining only minor injuries. Their survival stands as a small beacon of hope amid the overwhelming sense of loss, and their stories will be vital in piecing together the events that led to the accident. Investigators will rely on their first-hand accounts to gain crucial insights, hoping to understand not just what happened, but why it happened, and how similar tragedies might be prevented in the future. Sadly, the outcome for those aboard the extra EA-300 was far more severe, highlighting the unpredictable and often unforgiving nature of aviation accidents. One occupant was left in critical condition fighting for their life while the other tragically did not survive, leaving a void that can never truly be filled. In the aftermath, the community has come together to mourn, creating makeshift memorials and offering heartfelt condolences to the grieving family and friends affected by this sudden loss. This incident serves as a sobering reminder of the immense responsibility that comes with ensuring aviation safety, not just for pilots and controllers, but for everyone involved in the world of flight. The unpredictability of such events leaves families and loved ones grappling with unimaginable grief, as they try to make sense of a tragedy that unfolded in mere seconds. As the sun sets over the rural airport, the community reflects on the profound and lasting impact of those few fateful seconds in the sky, vowing to remember and honor those affected by this heartbreaking accident. Witnesses rushed to the crash site, displaying heroic efforts to help. The Morgan County Sheriff's Office praised these citizens for their bravery. Official responders quickly arrived, extinguishing fires and providing medical care. The coordinated response ensured survivors received timely assistance. Law enforcement secured the crash sites, preserving vital evidence for investigation. The Sheriff's Office communicated clearly with the public, managing concerns and dispelling rumors. Their professional handling set the stage for a thorough investigation. The community's response highlighted human compassion amid tragedy. The focus now shifts to a detailed investigation led by the NTSB and FAA. The NTSB will meticulously examine evidence to determine the crash's cause. Investigators will analyze wreckage, flight controls, and pilot records. Interviews with survivors and witnesses will provide critical insights. The investigation aims to understand the accident, not assign blame. Findings will lead to safety recommendations to prevent future tragedies. Lessons learned will improve aviation safety, honoring the memory of the lost. Continuous improvement is key to making flying safer for everyone.